The camper van you're about to buy could cost you $20,000 in losses within a year, and most weekend buyers never see it coming. A buyer in Colorado paid $68,000 for a Ford Transit conversion, 6 weekend trips, just listed it for $41,000. Cracked structural rail from an undersized high roof build. Insurance voided. No recourse. That's not bad luck. That's what happens when you buy the wrong van for the wrong use case, and nobody told you the difference before you signed. This video is that briefing. By the end, you'll know exactly which vans are built for weekend use, which ones are dressed up to look like they are, and the one decision most buyers get wrong before they ever leave the driveway. Here's what we're covering. Every real platform worth considering in 2026, US and Europe, who each one is actually for, what the market doesn't want you to know about conversions, and a clear buyer profile at the end, so you leave with a decision, not more confusion. No brand hype, no tour content, just the information that protects your money. Section 1. Defining the use case. Before platforms, before prices, let's define what a weekend warrior actually needs, because the market doesn't, and that ambiguity is expensive. You're driving 2 to 5 hours from home, 2 nights, maybe 3, 30 to 60 trips a year. You want it ready Friday evening and back in your driveway Sunday without anything going wrong. That profile changes everything about what you should buy. Full-timers need maximum storage and solar redundancy. Weekend warriors need fast setup. Full-timers accept cramped ergonomics because they're parked most of the time. Weekend warriors drive constantly, highway miles, mountain roads, town parking. Full-timers have time to learn a van's quirks. Weekend warriors don't have that margin. Here's where most buyers go wrong. They evaluate vans like full-timers. They optimize for square footage and miss drivability. They obsess over solar capacity and forget they'll mostly be at campgrounds with hookups. Weekend warrior vans need to be ready fast, drive well, park easily, and not break, in that order. Everything I'm about to say follows that stack. Section 2. The platforms. Let's go through the real contenders, not a ranked list, a buyer's filter. Ford Transit, the smart buyer's pick, with one condition. The most balanced platform in North America, unmatched parts network, nationwide dealer coverage, and a high-roof extended wheelbase that gives you genuine standing room without the Mercedes premium. But here's where the Transit can hurt you. Cheap conversions are flooding the used market right now. Soft flooring, missing insulation, electrical systems that look clean and aren't. The platform is excellent. The conversion is where buyers get hurt. Buy the platform. Don't buy someone else's cheap build on top of it. Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, the premium trap. This is why the Sprinter looks like a dream and isn't for most buyers. It photographs beautifully and carries aspirational weight. It also requires specialist tools to service. If a sensor throws a code 200 miles from home on a Sunday, you are not getting it resolved at any random dealer. You're waiting. You're paying for a hotel room in a flatbed. The Sprinter earns its premium for full-timers doing 30,000 miles a year. For 60 weekend nights, you're paying 30 to 40% more with no proportional return. The only exception, pre-2019 chassis at the right price in good mechanical condition. Simpler to service, different calculus, but that's a specific used market play, not the general Sprinter recommendation you'll find everywhere else. If you remember one thing from this section, it's this. The Sprinter's reputation was built for full-timers. Your use case is not theirs. Ram ProMaster, the van nobody talks about, the one smart buyers quietly choose. Front-wheel drive with weight over the axle means predictable handling in rain and light snow, the conditions you'll actually encounter. It's not a technical trail vehicle. It doesn't need to be. The ProMaster's interior is the most conversion-friendly body in the segment. Flat floor, wide body, low step-in height. Parts are widely available. Price point lets you invest the difference into a build you actually trust. Respect the maintenance intervals. That's the entire trade-off. Volkswagen California, Europe's only factory-perfect weekend van. If you're a European buyer not seriously considering the California, you're replacing the best factory weekend van on the market with a problem you'll spend 3 years solving. pop-top or fixed roof, integrated kitchen, fold-out bed, full Volkswagen dealer network, factory warranty, setup time under 2 minutes, 65,000 to 80,000 euros new. The resale value holds better than any converted panel van in the same bracket. For European retirees and families, this is the honest answer. Stop converting vans. Buy the one designed for what you actually want to do. Fiat Ducato, Peugeot Boxer, Citroën Relay, Europe's conversion backbone. Same platform, 3 badges. The foundation of the European motorhome market for good reason. Wide body, multiple roof heights, parts availability continent-wide. For 25,000 to 45,000 euros, factory motorhomes from Adria, Corrado, and Sunlight on this chassis represent the best value in Europe at that price point. Warning: pre-2018 builds carry electrical issues and cab ergonomics that haven't aged well. Have a specialist inspect before you sign. Non-negotiable. Section 3. Where the money disappears. Here's the uncomfortable truth most channels won't say. Most weekend buyers don't need a custom camper van at all. If your use case is 2 nights, established campgrounds, hookups available, a factory motorhome from a known brand will serve you better than a custom conversion at the same price point. You're paying for someone else's vision of van life, not yours. Let me simplify this. The market isn't designed to help you buy smart. It's designed to maximize what you spend. Builders know most buyers evaluate the van and skip the conversion. They know the bed looks great in photos, and nobody opens with panel behind the seat to check the wiring before they wire transfer $60,000. This is where people realize they didn't buy freedom, they bought a project. Here are the 3 tells that protect you. Wiring. Open the panel behind the bed. Household junction boxes, wire runs without strain relief, or 12-volt lines running off the chassis battery without an insulator, walk away. These are not aesthetic problems. They are fire risks waiting for a Saturday night 200 miles from home. Insulation. Ask for the spec. Spray foam with no vapor barrier in a van cycling between cold nights and warm days destroys the subfloor within 2 to 3 years. If the seller can't tell you exactly what's in the wall and why, that's your answer. Water system. Any system without a clear drain path and easy tank access is a mold problem within 18 months. This is the moment buyers wish they could rewind, standing in their van 6 months later with a smell they can't locate in a repair they didn't budget. 20 minutes, that's all this takes before purchase. Most buyers skip it because they're excited. Sellers know it. Here's the opportunity. The post-pandemic conversion wave is now hitting the used market. Owners who bought into the lifestyle and discovered the reality are listing 2021 and 2022 transits with solid shells and systems that need partial work. Price that work in correctly and you can come out significantly ahead of a comparable newer build. This is real, but only for buyers who know what to look for. Section 4. Electric in 2026. Ignore most of what you're hearing about electric camper vans right now. For weekend warriors with home charging and regional trips under 80 miles from reliable infrastructure, the Ford e-Transit is legitimate, particularly in Europe. Strong torque, lower running costs, expanding charging network. But a converted e-Transit carries more weight than the base vehicle. Real-world range in winter, at highway speed, with a full build, drops meaningfully. Plan for that or get surprised by it. The honest position for most buyers in 2026? Not yet. The technology is improving fast. Buying in 2027 or 2028 likely gives you 30% more range at the same or lower price. The exception is Europe, where low-emission zone expansion is already affecting route planning in major cities. If diesel access restrictions are a current reality for you, evaluate the e-Transit now. That math has changed. If you remember one thing from this section, the electric decision in 2026 is a geography question, not just a technology question. Section 5. Your buyer profile. U.S. buyer, under $55,000, mechanically confident, used Ford Transit, 2020 or newer, high roof extended. Inspect the conversion using the checklist I just gave you or pay a specialist $300 to do it. Upgrade the systems with a budget you control. Highest value path in North America right now. U.S. buyer, $65,000 to $85,000. Want accountability. Winnebago Travato on the ProMaster platform. Airstream Interstate on the Sprinter chassis. Builder quality stress-tested at scale. The warranty means something because the company will be there when you need it. European buyer, 50,000 euros and above. Buy the Volkswagen California. Stop deliberating. European buyer, 25,000 to 40,000 euros. Used market. Ducato-based motorhomes from Adria, Corrado, Sunlight. Best value in this range. Avoid private conversions unless you can verify the build with specifics, not assumptions. Retirees, either market. Reliability outranks everything. Don't buy on price, buy on service network density and builder accountability. A van that strands you once costs more, financially and otherwise, than the premium you saved. Families, standing room in the living area is non-negotiable. Transit High Roof and ProMaster deliver this. The California doesn't if you need more than 2 sleeping positions. Know that before you fall in love with the badge. Here's where I land. The weekend warrior market in 2026 has been hijacked by aspirational content, amateur conversions that photograph beautifully and fail in use, and a culture that optimizes for what looks good, not what works on a Friday night when you're 2 hours from home and need everything to just work. The biggest mistake isn't choosing the wrong van, it's choosing the wrong conversion on an otherwise good platform and not knowing the difference until you're $20,000 into a problem that was visible before you bought, if you knew where to look. The market isn't going to protect you. Your research has to. Ford Transit in North America, Volkswagen California in Europe if the budget is there, ProMaster if the price matters more than the badge and you'll invest the difference into a build you can trust. And if anyone tries to sell you a $70,000 weekend van with an unchecked chassis, a gray tank that drains onto the road, and wiring that looked clean in photos, you've now seen too much to make that mistake. Be honest in the comments. Did you buy your van based on how you actually travel or how you wished you lived? I want real answers. The best van isn't the one people admire in the parking lot, it's the one you never regret buying.